So I'm gonna go to the range. I need a new spice rack, so that's fun. I need a 6-tier spice rack, so my spices don't fit on my rack now. Me and Nathan are sorting the kitchen out later. So I need a new spice rack. So I'm going to the range. So I thought, let's film it. Good morning. So yesterday I started a random video about me going to the range to get a spice rack. So I've got a little story to tell as to why I am only just making a video the day after about my trip to get a spice rack, whilst I straighten my hair because full-time job and all that, kids, just done the school run. Anyway, so went to the range for a spice rack, and the one that I wanted wasn't there. So a bit gutting, but I had a little look at the other ones, and there wasn't really anything that I liked. So I had a little look at the Christmas section, which is a slight bad move, because I accidentally spent £50 on Christmas decorations that arguably we don't need, but also is a necessity, maybe, for me anyway. So I didn't get my spice rack, but what I did find in a random aisle was a beautiful gold leopard's head. Now let me give you some context before we move on. So I am changing my lounge decor. At the moment it's teal and mustard yellow. Not really a theme, just a colourful theme. So that's kind of how my lounge is at the minute, and I'm bored of it. And I really like the rainforest, jungle, forest green, burnt orange type theme. So if you can hear something out the back, it's the bin men. Yeah, so I really love that theme. So I was like, do you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a rainforest theme in my lounge. So I started buying a few bits on Facebook Marketplace, trying to do it cheaply so that Nathan doesn't leave me. Because his view is that it's a waste of money and we don't need to change it. And my view is it'll make me happy, so I'm gonna do it. So we compromised and I'm doing it, so that's good. And then so I've been looking around trying to do stuff a little bit cheaply. A few things are new, but a lot of things I've tried to get off Facebook Marketplace or the buy and swap sale on Facebook, or Jasmine, my cousin, I've got a few things off her because she had a jungle theme previously and she's changed her lounge, so yeah. So then I saw this gold leopard head, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. It's a candle holder. I don't think any of my family would have liked it, but it was absolutely beautiful. And I thought, do you know what? Let's get it. First, let's see what the price is. And it was in a random section. It had been dumped there. It was in a pink section, so nothing to do with the gold bit. And then, sorry, I just got a message and that's really throwing me. So nothing to do with the gold theme, and on it didn't have any barcode. It didn't have a label on the shelf that said how much it was. So I had a little look around the store to see how much this leopard head was. Couldn't find it anywhere, so I was like, do you know what? I'll just put it in my basket for now, and I'll continue looking for Christmas decorations that I don't need, but I want. This isn't going very well today. The state of that. Probably because I'm not concentrating. I'm talking to you about golden leopard head. But hey, we'll continue. Next, I finished my shopping, went to the till. Very nice lad at the till. Good morning, blah, blah, blah. I said, I would like to buy this leopard head. Don't know how much it is. There's no barcode. It wasn't on a shelf. I've had a look online also. I'd done a search on the Range website to see if I could find out how much it was on there. And it wasn't on there. So I thought, weird, maybe. It had like a tiny little chip on the top, which I could have easily salvaged with some like gold foil or gold dusting stuff that I've got in my craft box. It's got little chips, and maybe it was meant to be in the reduced section, but I can't find a reduced section. La la la. And he said, "That's fine. Let's leave it till the end, and I'll see what I can do. See how much it is." I was like, "Okay." So I rang up all the rest of my stuff. Rang up or rung up? I don't know. Or neither. I don't know. So we started doing that thing, and got to the end, and he said, right, okay, I'll ask someone to go and find a barcode. So he called over a lady and said, please could you go and find the barcode for this leopard head. Off she went. Couple minutes she was gone, and I was just stood there, but that's fine, like, that happens. I knew that would happen. So off she went. She came back, she said there isn't a barcode, it hasn't got a space. Oh, lovely. It hasn't got a space. I'll check the website. I was like, I have already done that, but I understand you might have a better way of doing it than me. I don't know where it ended, but the lady went to go and check the website thing. So there's a massive queue in the Range, and I was like, right, that's fine. Like, it's not my fault. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Like, it's not my fault that there's not a barcode on it. Like, I'm not causing this. It's not like I forgot on my PIN or whatever. Or I haven't got enough money in my banks. I've had to transfer between all the banks, you know. But I know, I was like, okay, it's still a bit awkward because there's a huge queue. There is a couple of other tills open, but like the staff are clearly stressed out. They're dealing with it well, but they're clearly stressed out, and I'm like holding the queue up because of this bloody gold leopard print. Why do I keep saying leopard print? Gold leopard candle holder head thingy. Anyway, so then I was like, she came back and she was like, right, it's not on the website. I can't find the barcode. Maybe it's in the book, whatever the book is. So she called over another lady and she said, can you go and check the book for this leopard head? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. So off this other lady went, and she was another couple of minutes. I was just standing there in silence awkwardly with this poor boy who just didn't know what to say, and he kept saying sorry, and I was like, it's fine, like, it's not your fault, it's not my fault. And again, a couple of minutes later, she came back, she said, it's not in the book. You're going to have to ask blah, blah, blah. Which is this random, the bloke that looked like he was like quite important, like he wasn't in uniform. He was in like the customer service bit, you know, like, I don't know, maybe manager or something. So he said, right, the guy that I was at the till with then had to explain to the big important boss guy what had happened. So I took another minute or so, and then he was like, I'll go and find the barcode. And off he went, even though we'd already told him that there was no barcode, and 2 other people had checked for a barcode for this specific bloody leopard head, and it had gone. He'd come back and he said it's got no, he reeled off this 5 numbers, and we were like, okay. So to me that was a bit weird because 3 other people had already checked, and he wouldn't have been able to do it that quickly because it wasn't anywhere. Like I checked already. I'd gone down those hours a couple of times that it wasn't there. But I thought maybe he's like some supersonic man who can like knows exactly where everything is. So anyway, so I was like, okay, that's fine. So we put these numbers in, and bearing in mind, I'd already thought in my head, right, if it's more than a £5, I'm just going to leave it because I'm trying to do this room cheaply, and like, yeah, it's probably worth like 20 quid or so. But the woman had already said, I forgot to say that, the woman had already said it's probably old stock, so it's probably been put out randomly and people have just put it somewhere that looks kind of like the same theme, and it's old stock. So if it is old stock, the lad said, oh, we'll probably be able to just put it in for you for like a couple of quid, and then we can just like move on. I'm like, oh, that'd be good. And I'd already, like I said, I'd already thought, right, I'm not spending more than a £5 on it because I'm trying to do everything on a budget. But by this point, I'd been there for about 15 minutes. That's not an exaggeration. I know I exaggerate, but it was 15 minutes just in silence with this poor lad. They'd gone, it's like 3 or 4 members of staff now trying to find the leopard print head. Like I said, they were stressed, it was busy. Like, it was just a really weird and awkward situation. And then, of course, like, loads of people have been trying to help me with this bloody leopard head. And I just thought, right, hopefully it comes back like a reasonable price. So he came back and he said, oh, it's £10. And I was like, it sounds like I'm being cheap, okay, but I'm not. It was the fact that, like, it was probably old stock. The guy had already put in my head that it was going to be a couple of quid. The woman had already told me it was old stock, so it would have been reduced beforehand. I already thought the bloke had gone over and got a random barcode that was nothing to do with it, or it's probably a different type of animal head or something. So I was like, I really don't want to be spending a tenner. But I felt awkward then. Like, I felt awkward that it was ages for this bloody leopard head. And then I was like, I can't really say no to buying it now because I've just sent them on this wild goose chase or leopard chase to find out the price. And then I'm going to say no. So I said, okay, is there any chance you could take, can you discount it because it's got a chip? So the bloke showed it and he was like, oh, yeah, 10%, like really cross. And I get it, you're stressed, but I'm also stressed. I've been stood here 15 minutes. And he was like, yeah, 10%. So then I had to pay £9 for this bloody leopard head. Which, don't get me wrong, it's worth it. It's absolutely beautiful. But it was just annoying. Anyway, got home. So when I packed the bags, I was obviously I usually pack my bags really well, like ex-Tesco colleague. So I'm like bag packer of the year. And I would have put that probably near the bottom because it's quite heavy. And I don't want the bags to be top heavy because I was so full. So I got home and I'd obviously been stressed, and I just wanted to get out of the range. So I put the leopard head on the top of the bags. So I put them on a counter, walked away to go and take my scarf off and stuff, and it fell on the floor and smashed the leopard head into 1,000,000 pieces. Okay, it was like five pieces, but smashed. And I just stood there, looked at it. I was speechless. It's not a lot of times that I'm speechless. I was speechless. So now it's in the bin. That's it. And I've been sad ever since, and I've been ranting about it ever since. So that's why I'm only doing a video now. So it was too sad yesterday. Today's a new day. Maybe I'll find another leopard print. But I can't even get it because it's not on the website because it's old stock. And it's not in the shop because it's old stock. And nobody will get... Okay, so apologies for the ranting. But it's just sad that I'll never see that leopard head again. And it's currently smashed up in a bag in the bin. So yeah, that's why I haven't made a video, a follow-up video, if you like. But I think the most important thing to note is that I then, after that, went to B&Q, I went to Dunelm Mill, and came home with £50, £90 worth of Christmas decorations, and no spice rack. So yeah, that's that.